So it is part 5 of our behaviour change video tutorial series, backed up with blogs as well there on the website. So what we're looking at here this time around are more tips and tricks to help you help your clients change unwanted behaviour. So you're in the supermarket, you've got your weekly shop, you're approaching the aisle where you want to go down to put everything onto the conveyor belt. Your stomach's rumbling a little bit because you've rushed in from work, you've been sitting in traffic, you're a bit grumpy, you're a little bit tired. And as you unload all your fruit and vegetable onto the conveyor belt, you stand to wait in line behind that family in front of you. And to your right, what do you see? You see all these brightly coloured papers with sweet, sugary temptations in. And this could be your danger zone. So if that was you that I was describing earlier, please understand you are not unlike a lot of other people out there, and marketing is geared deliberately to hit the danger zones and sell their stuff to you. So we're battling these clever multi-billion pound companies that are actually designed to affect your behaviour. So much so, they make millions out of us by affecting our behaviour, and this is what we're battling against. So any tip or trick you can have in your arsenal ready for when you hit one of your danger zones, which is what we're all about this time around, then surely that's going to contribute to helping us avoid those times. So this week we're going to discuss how to recognise your danger zones or times, becoming super aware and using your diary. Remember we did that in one of the previous weeks, and then how to plan and prepare for them. So keep watching. So your danger zones will be very specific to your environment and the behaviours you want to change. So understanding your danger zones and times is key. However, there are very common danger zones and times for quite a lot of us. Again, as I mentioned earlier, designed around these marketers who are really filtering into every moment of our day. So common times like when you're going to be feeling peckish and you're at the supermarket. That's a real danger zone for a lot of people, certainly is for me. Or another example might be when you get home from work. So point 1 is, what is a danger zone? How do we recognise them? What is it? And so what we might need to do is look back through our diaries and understand exactly where our weak points are. Is there a common time or place when we behave in a way that we want to change and adapt? So we've really got to look back at those danger zones or times like the one I've just described and work out when our personal danger zones or times are. So imagine you've had a long day at work, you're tired, you've been working really hard, maybe you've been sitting in traffic, you get home and you think, I'm just going to sit down on the sofa for 5 minutes. You had planned to go to the gym or for a walk or to go out and move around a little bit, but you're just going to take a minute, you're just going to sit down and your inner dialogue, remember we spoke about that in a previous episode, is questioning, actually, just for a minute, I'm going to sit down and then I'll go later on. And then the other side is going, oh, do you know what? Put your feet up, chill out, you've had a hard day. So we've got to listen to this inner dialogue and decide what's right or wrong. Should we even sit down? Is that a danger zone for you? So if this sounds familiar, what we've got to do is note our danger zones and times, and we've got to break the pattern. Words from the famous Tony Robbins, who is one of my influencers in terms of behaviour change. He calls himself a practical psychologist, and he talks about breaking the pattern. So if we recognise when the pattern might hit, and then we can change our behaviour at that point, we can condition ourselves to avoid those danger times or zones, or have tips and tricks in place to change our behaviour when we face them. So example 1, you're in the shop, you're looking at the chocolate bars. What could you do to avoid or change your behaviour at that point? 1, you make sure you're not hungry. You make sure you eat before you enter the supermarket. Have one of your homemade oat bars in your bag. Another way of avoiding it might be to avoid it. Get someone else to do the shopping. You might even change the times when you go shopping to be quieter, so you're more likely to get straight through the aisle, the conveyor belt, or you go to the self-service aisle where the certain places I go to, I won't mention names, they don't actually have the same degree of temptation there. So can you change something about that point to avoid the temptation at that point? Example 2, remember coming home from work, planning to go moving, and then you get home and the sofa's there. One thing you might do is put your trainers on top of the sofa. This could then be a reminder, a nudge, come on, get your shoes on, get out. Maybe you change the time of day you do your exercise. Maybe do it first thing in the morning because you know late at night you're just too tired to go out and do anything. Or maybe even just go straight to the gym or the park straight after work. Put your trainers in your work bag, get out there, stick your rucksack on your back, have a walk around the park after work, go home feeling like you've got it all nailed and you have then a good excuse to sit on the sofa. Another option might be to stick a fitness DVD on the telly. So you're in the front room, the sofa's there ready and waiting. All you've got to do is get through your fitness DVD. The more we practice this, the more we make the conscious effort, the more likely we are to condition new behaviours. Don't beat yourself up if that devil voice wins and lets you sit down. Maybe that's appropriate on that day. Maybe there's a day where you do need to rest a little bit more. But when we hear and listen to our inner dialogue, we have that conversation with ourselves, we're faced with a danger zone, that point, then we can make a better decision. But next time, I've got a great one for you. It's my favourite all-time behaviour change tip. It's the 4-minute rule, breaking that pattern in another technique. See you next time.